Well, hi peeps, it's been a while. I thought I'd do a small update for anybody who's interested in my leopard geckos. I make changes to their enclosure on a regular basis. Still got the Eco Earth mixed in with something else, some of the leopard gecko substrate, and a bit of wood, stone. So I made this with some polystyrene and painted it and then put substrate on. There is a hide underneath it that is used occasionally. You still have hide here and a hide here, but some weeks ago, about 6 weeks ago, I made this hide. Now I'm going to disturb them. This is a knitting needle, and if you can see all the shadows I'm making, it's pretty long. I would say it's a good 10 inches long. It's actually made out of cardboard urinal thing that they use in hospitals, clean obviously, which I cut the base off, sealed it with some PVA stuff, coated it with a different substrate obviously to this. It's an arid earth, I think it's called. It's a desert substrate suitable for geckos. Repeated that process I think 3 times, so the cardboard is completely covered so it won't get damp. It's sealed, and there's 2 or 3, I think it was 3 coatings in total of this, and I kind of made it really as an experiment for the female. If she's going to lay any eggs, there's currently a male and female in there. They did breed last year. I've got 3 juveniles which I will show you shortly that are upstairs in a separate cage enclosure. However, since I put this in, I have not seen them, so they are completely in hibernation mode. They've not come out to eat. As far as I can tell, they haven't even come out to drink. I'm assuming they're still alive. I shall check them 21st, 22nd of 21st January. I'll check them in another week. They will then have been in there since the beginning of December, so that would have been about 6 or 7 weeks. So I don't really want to interrupt them yet. I have gradually started increasing the temperature over the last week. The temperature in the enclosure, I do give them a winter temperature, so it was down to about 70 to 72. So I've gradually been bringing it up. It's now currently actually at 87, nearly 88 Fahrenheit. And it's been like that for the last day or so, but there's still no movement as yet. So as I say, I'll give it a few more days and then I will check on them. So that is the adults enclosure. I may make a change when they come out and move this into the juveniles just to give them a bit more floor space, but there's plenty of interest for them for when they come back out. Okay, so this is the juveniles enclosure. Need to do a slight water change. There are some crickets in there, about 6. I recently went on holiday, so I bunged in a fair amount of crickets. There is a bit of poop I need to clean up. I'll do that after the video. But there's 3 juveniles that live happily in here. They were born in March and April. Oh, hello. Well, hello. Come out to say hi, hopefully. This one, still haven't sexed them yet, so I don't know if male or female. I think well, that would make her a female. I think this one is female because this one seems to be a lot more nosy than the other 2. Now, the 2 adults, the female one is the more inquisitive of the 2, so that's the only thing why I think this one might be female. Lovely coloration. If she'll come out entirely, I don't know. We're going to have you coming out? Maybe, maybe not. So yeah, so there's probably about 5 crickets left in there, 5 or 6 crickets left. Not ideal, but I had no one to look after them while we were on holiday, so there was about 18 crickets in total. Gave them plenty of water while we were away, and there's about 6 crickets left. So they've been rather busy chomping on the crickets. As I say, there is 2 others in here. I'll be selling probably 2 of them, but again, it's quite an interesting enclosure for them. There used to be a plant here, but the crickets attacked it while we were on holiday and it's pretty much died, so I've taken that out. Let's see if we can get some nice shot of the colour of this one. This is a really pretty coloured orange. Not really picking that up. So that is the juveniles. Again, I'm not going to disturb the other 2 juveniles. And the last thing I want to show you is the bugs. Okay, so the bug enclosure kind of got a bit out of hand. I made it initially to try and make it as a naturalistic enclosure for leopard geckos. I didn't really know what I was doing. Excuse, it's a spare room. So there's substrate underneath. We've got some garden drainage pebbles, and then I've got a mixture of eco earth, arid, something or other. There's about 3 different substrates in there, mainly eco earth, and I think there might even be a little bit of normal garden compost in there as well, because I did have a couple of plants and some grasses in here which all kind of died off. Now that's a flycatcher because, like a bit of a tool, I put in a cooked sweet potato because it hadn't been eaten, so I thought, oh, I'll stick it in there to save any waste, thinking it'll get broken down nice and quickly by the ridiculous amounts of orange woods lice, which I'll show you in a moment, and the mealworms, and there is a couple of Morio worms in here which I am going to take out. This has been up and running since about February, March last year, and initially it didn't start off great, but all of a sudden there was an explosion of the wood lice. It seemed as though the springtails had all died off because I wasn't keeping it moist enough. But if you can see on that, there are quite a few, if it'll focus that close, quite a few springtails on the sweet potato. Not doing a great deal, but the amount of orange wood lice, I just try and do this, is ridiculous. That's just off the one piece of wood. There's more over here. They are everywhere, and there's probably more over here. Now look at this. So I'm thinking I might be selling some of these wood lice on eBay. There is a Morio worm in there. Now I have put some Morio worms in, hoping that, and that was about 6 weeks ago, hoping that it would turn into a Morio beetle and they would breed. I have got 2 or 3 Morio beetles in here, but they haven't bred for some reason, so I'm going to take those out. And there's loads and loads of mealworms. I've not bought any mealworms for about 8-10 weeks now, mainly because the adults aren't eating and I'm only feeding the juveniles. They haven't really gone into hibernation over this first year of their lives. There is some oats left in there, but this, as I say, really got a little bit out of hand. Certain members of the household aren't keen on it, so I am trying to run down particularly the worm part of it. They're all healthy, as you can see, they're nice and thick, so when it's time to feed they will be fed, but I'm going to start taking out the mealworm beetles, and I'm going to move the Morio beetles, if there is still any left. We have 4 Morio beetles in there. Okay, so clearly another Morio worm did hatch, so I'm going to take those out and put them in a separate area, because I think they are breeding, but something is just eating the eggs that they're laying. So that is an update, and so there's the flycatcher that unfortunately we had a whole bunch of fruit flies come in, so I stuck a little flycatcher thing in there which seems to have done the job. But as you can see, that kind of exploded. I am going to be clearing this out and moving the particular Mario beetles, because I shall need this potentially for this year if we get any more babies. Okay, that's it folks, hope you enjoyed it, a little bit long, but any questions, well you can ask me them, but I might not know the answer. Any comments, if I'm doing anything wrong, feel free to pop them down the bottom. Thanks a lot, take care.